Hi guys, I'm back. First of all, I'd just like to apologize because I know I've abandoned YouTube for like 2 years and just focused on my Instagram. But I promise that I'll be uploading more on this channel, so do bear with me. And thank you for staying on this channel and welcome to all of my new subscribers. Today, I'll be showing you how to make fresh fufu using your blender. Just simple cassava and green plantain, none of that powdered stuff. So let's get to it. What you'll need is 2 green plantains and 1 cassava. Wash the plantain and cassava and fill the pot with enough water just to almost cover the contents. When the plantain and cassava starts to boil like this, it will take about 12 to 15 minutes before everything is done. But make sure you check the softness of it because we want it to be quite soft, as we'll be putting it in the blender later. So at this point it's been about 10 minutes, so I thought let me check the softness to see if it was ready. But when I checked, I gave it another 5 minutes before removing. So 15 minutes after it started boiling, I removed the plantain and cassava and it looked so perfect and the softness was just right. Now it's time to add the plantain and the cassava into the blender because it's time to start our fufu. Now that everything's in the blender, it's time to blend. Now I'm using my Ninja blender. The important thing to note is that once you start blending, you need to start from the low pulse and then move to the high pulse and work your way down. So what I did was I started on low, went to high, came down to medium and back to low. Keep repeating this for about 2 to 3 minutes and then stop to check to see if you're happy with the consistency.
It's OVA the creator. It's OVA the creator.
So after about 2 to 3 minutes of blending, I decided to check the consistency to see if I was happy. And to be honest, I was happy because I didn't need to use any of my arm strength to get it this smooth. So yeah, I couldn't complain really. So now the tricky part, getting the fufu out of the blender. What you need to do is sprinkle the top of the fufu with a bit of water just so that it doesn't stick to the wooden spoon or your hand when you're trying to get it out. Also, be very careful because the blades in the blender are very sharp. So what I do is I try to remove the blade first and then get the rest of the fufu out of the blender. As you can see, it's not that easy to get it out, but the key thing is to use the wooden spoon around the blender and try and lift the blades up from the middle and keep pulling the middle part. But you will get there eventually because I did. So I'm simultaneously using the wooden spoon at the bottom of the blender whilst pulling the blades out. So that helped me to get it out finally. And then what you want to do is use the wooden spoon just to scrape the fufu parts that are stuck onto the blades and put it back into the blender because you don't want to waste any food. So it's time to remove the fufu from the blender, but you need to make sure that your hands are wet. When your hands are wet, it will stop the fufu from sticking to your hands. So you need to prep the fufu and kind of gather it all into the middle, making sure that your hands are wet at all times. Something that I did to help me was I had a little pot of water that I would dip in and out of whilst doing this. So now that I have moved my fufu into the middle and kind of used my hands to scrape the edges, it's time to put it into my favourite pot, my apotoria, also known as the asanka pot. I mean, look at how amazing this fufu looks. Like, this fufu looks on point. If I'm being honest, I could have blended it for a bit longer for it to be smoother. But at this point, I was just so hungry and just wanted to get on with it. But yeah, all you need to do now is form it into your round shape and then you can serve. Remember to keep your hands wet at all times when dealing with the fufu, which is why I've got that little bowl with some water so that whenever I touch the fufu, I'm making sure that my hands are wet. So at this point, I'm just forming the fufu, prepping it to make it into the round shape. It was for 2 of us, so what I'm going to do is split it into 2 and then make the shape round. But don't worry, it doesn't have to be perfect. As you will see, mine wasn't perfect because it's all about the taste at the end of the day.
It's OVA the creator.
So after I initially split the fufu, I thought, hang on, who am I kidding? I need to add some more to my portion, which is exactly what I did. So as you can see, I'm now just trying to bring everything together to form the fufu and making sure that my hands are moist at all times. A good tip as well is to make sure that the asanka pot you're using is also very moist, and make sure all parts of it are moist. When I did this, a bit of the middle wasn't that moist, so you'll see that some of the fufu was starting to stick to it. But yeah, whether you're using an asanka pot or a plate or any other type of bowl, just make sure that it's quite moist. So as you can see at the bottom, in the middle part there, it was a bit dry, which is why the fufu is stuck there. And here we have it, guys, my fresh fufu formed and ready for the soup.
It's OVA the creator.
And this is my goat meat peanut soup that I made earlier, which I'll be serving with the fufu. Fufu and goat meat peanut soup is just the best combination in my opinion. If you would like to see how I made this, please comment below and let me know, and I'll be happy to show you guys a tutorial of this amazing and delicious goat meat peanut soup.
It's OVA the creator.
I mean, look at how beautiful this looks, and guys, honestly, it tasted so amazing. I could have shed a tear because I felt like I was in a chop bar in Ghana. It just tasted so legit. I mean, nothing beats fresh fufu with some goat meat peanut soup. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed. Let me know how your version goes if you do try it. I'll be leaving more information on the blend that I used below. And don't worry, this isn't a paid ad or anything because they don't even know about me. But yeah, if there's any other recipes you'd like to see, comment below to let me know. And don't forget to also check out my Instagram where I regularly upload some videos of my other recipes. Thank you guys. Take care.